why Srila Prabhupada did not order any of his disciples to become Diksha Guru. Or in Amoglila Prabhu's words, he did not give any Diksha Guru. It is a matter of qualification of the disciple to become Guru. Then the Guru will order him to become Guru. Srila Prabhupada in response to a question said, a Guru can become Guru when he is ordered by his Guru. That's all. Rubber stamping a person as Guru won't be effective. It was the GBC which artificially elevated conditioned souls to be Diksha Gurus. Prabhupada never appointed any Gurus. He did not appoint 11 Gurus. He appointed 11 Ritviks, a truly powerful acharya who can give diksha through the Ritvik system. That is called potency.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada. In a recent video from the self-appointed Guru camp of ISKCON, a devotee by name Amogalila Prabhu has made an argument. What greater insult can be there than to say that Srila Prabhupada was such a weak and impotent acharya that he could not give a Diksha Guru for the next generation. Actually, in this video, Amogalila Prabhu has assumed that only if an acharya is potent, he can quote-unquote give a Diksha Guru for the welfare of the next generation. In other words, if an acharya cannot quote-unquote give a Diksha Guru for the next generation, he is impotent. What does this word give mean in this context? How does an acharya quote-unquote give a Diksha Guru? If you research the entire teachings of Srila Prabhupada, there is no concept of giving a Diksha Guru by an acharya. The only way by which one can become a Diksha Guru is that the predecessor spiritual master has to order him to become a Guru. In a lecture on the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, verse 2, given on October 28, 1975 in Nairobi, Srila Prabhupada in response to a question said,
You should know that one can become Guru when he is ordered by his Guru. This much.
If we assume that an acharya, quote-unquote, giving a Diksha Guru for next generation means that he has to order the person to become a Diksha Guru, then where is the order from Srila Prabhupada to his disciples to become Guru? In fact, there is no such order. On the other hand, this is what the GBC of ISKCON says in its resolution number 403 of the year 1999. Whereas Srila Prabhupada established ISKCON in 1966, and prior to his disappearance in November 1977, he stated in his will that the GBC body is the ultimate managerial authority for the society. Unfortunately, shortly after Srila Prabhupada's disappearance, the GBC body allowed for an unauthorized zonal acharya system to evolve in ISKCON, elevating 11 exclusive successor Diksha Gurus. This is the GBC resolution. So here, the GBC has openly confessed that the GBC, not Srila Prabhupada, mind you, the GBC elevated 11 successor Diksha Gurus. So, it is a fact that Srila Prabhupada did not give any Diksha Gurus. It was the GBC which artificially elevated conditioned souls to be Diksha Gurus. The GBC gave Diksha Gurus to ISKCON. The GBC later in the same resolution said, thus the GBC body both individually and collectively wishes to express its deepest apologies to and beg the forgiveness of the followers of Srila Prabhupada who were offended or hurt by our past decisions resulting in the excesses and abuses of the zonal acharya system and its ongoing ramifications. Which decision did the GBC apologize for? Which decision resulted in excesses, abuses and ongoing ramifications? It was their decision to elevate, to give 11 Diksha Gurus to ISKCON as per their own confession. So, the GBC made a grave mistake in elevating 11 conditioned souls as Diksha Gurus. It is clear by the GBC's own admission that Srila Prabhupada did not appoint them as Diksha Gurus, but the GBC did. Srila Prabhupada did not give Diksha Gurus, the GBC gave Diksha Gurus. If Srila Prabhupada did not appoint these 11 people as Diksha Gurus in 1977, before he departed from this world, then who is appointing the current crop of Diksha Gurus? Obviously, it is not Srila Prabhupada. Then, is it the GBC like they did in 1978? In fact, GBC resolution number 409 of 2004 states, when the GBC allows a devotee to take up the service of initiating, it does not thereby endorse him as an Uttamadhikari or pure devotee or certify his having achieved any specific state of realization. Rather, the GBC indicates that it has no objection to his initiating disciples within ISKCON. Please note that the GBC only indicates that it has no objection to his initiating disciples. This means all of today's gurus in ISKCON are not ordered or appointed by anyone. They are only issued a no objection by the GBC. Contrast this with what Srila Prabhupada said in that lecture on the Bhagavad Gita. A guru can become guru when he is ordered by his guru. That's all. Otherwise, nobody can become guru. Prabhupada spoke of an order, not an NOC. And the order has to come from his guru, not from a GBC body. So, unlike erroneously claimed by Amoghaleela Prabhu, Srila Prabhupada has not quote unquote given any gurus in ISKCON India. Rather, all gurus in ISKCON India are only given NOC from the GBC body. Even the GBC body is not giving any Diksha Gurus to ISKCON. Now, for Srila Prabhupada's instruction that one can become Guru only when ordered by his Guru, otherwise nobody can become Guru, we often hear this specious argument that where did Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur order Srila Prabhupada to become Guru? Nobody has to give an answer for that. Why? Because Srila Prabhupada himself has answered that question in the same lecture where Srila Prabhupada said that one must be ordered by one's guru to become a guru. This is the exchange of question and answer between Srila Prabhupada and others in the same Nairobi lecture on Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, verse 2 on October 28, 1975.
What is that?
Well, he's asking, when did you become the spiritual leader of Krishna consciousness?
When my Guru Maharaj ordered me. This is the Guru Parampara. Just try to understand, don't go very speedily. A Guru can become Guru when he is ordered by his Guru, that's all. Otherwise, nobody can become Guru. Now, what is the business? When did you tell me? And why shall I disclose to you? It is a very insignificant thing that I have to explain to you.
I'm just curious to know when.
You should be curious within your limit. You should know that one can become Guru when he is ordered by his Guru. This much.
So, we can see here how Srila Prabhupada got angry at the gentleman for questioning Srila Prabhupada about when he was ordered by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur to become a Guru. Fact is that Srila Prabhupada was ordered by his spiritual master to become a Guru. But it is offensive for a disciple or any other subordinate person to ask Srila Prabhupada this question: when did your Guru Maharaj order you to become a Guru? In other words, anyone who says or asks when was Srila Prabhupada ordered by his spiritual master to become Guru, it is an offensive question. Please avoid that offense. Accept that Srila Prabhupada was specifically ordered by his spiritual master to become a Guru. And if anyone after Srila Prabhupada has to become a Guru, he must be ordered by Srila Prabhupada. Otherwise, no one, I repeat, no one can become Guru in ISKCON. That's all. That means that the entire Guru Vrinda in ISKCON currently is unauthorized because none of them are ordered to become Guru, either by Srila Prabhupada, nor are they ordered by the GBC also. It is directly violating this unequivocal and straightforward principle given by Srila Prabhupada. Now, we come to the question of why Srila Prabhupada did not order anyone to become Guru in ISKCON. or in Amoghleela Prabhu's words, quote unquote, give any Diksha Guru to the next generation in ISKCON. To know this, here is an interesting conversation that took place between Tamal Krishna Goswami and Srila Prabhupada on 22nd of April 1977, hardly 6 months or 7 months before Prabhupada left the planet. So Prabhupada is speaking to Tamal Krishna.
People complain against also. You didn't know that?
I'm not sure of the particular incidences, but I've heard generally
Germany. In Germany.
the devotees there. Therefore, change is good.
When you become Guru, but you must be qualified first.
Oh, that kind of complaint was there.
You know that?
Yeah, I heard that.
You are producing some rascal Guru.
You see what Prabhupada has said? So Prabhupada is saying that what is the use of producing some rascal Guru? Actually, contrary to what Amoghleela Prabhu said, it is not a matter of potency of the acharya to quote unquote give or not give Diksha Guru. It is a matter of qualification of the disciple to become Guru. First, the disciple must be qualified. Then the Guru will order him to become Guru. Again, how many Diksha Gurus he quote unquote gave to the next generation is not a measure of the potency of the Guru. Let us continue hearing the conversation. Tamal Krishna, well, I have studied myself and all of your disciples, and it's clear fact that we are all conditioned souls, so we cannot be Guru. Maybe one day it may be possible. Prabhupada, Tamal Krishna, but not now. You see, now we can see Tamal Krishna Goswami himself saying on April 22, 1977, that none of Prabhupada's disciples were qualified to become Guru because all of them were conditioned souls. A candid confession indeed. So this is the reason why Srila Prabhupada did not order any of his disciples to become Diksha Guru, or in Amoghleela Prabhu's words, he did not give any Diksha Guru. Not because he was impotent, as alleged by Amoghleela Prabhu. So now let us see what Srila Prabhupada said further on this. So Prabhupada continuing, yes, I shall choose some Guru. I shall say, now you become acharya, you become authorized. I am waiting for that. You become all acharya, I retire completely. But the training must be complete. So here Srila Prabhupada, by saying yes, confirmed Tamal Krishna Goswami's statement that none of Srila Prabhupada's disciples were qualified to be Gurus, as on April 22, 1977, which is hardly 7 months before Prabhupada left the planet. And Srila Prabhupada also reiterated the same principle he explained in the Bhagavad Gita lecture, that one cannot become Guru unless one is ordered by one's Guru. Prabhupada said, I shall say, now you become acharya, you become authorized. That means Srila Prabhupada's order, specific order, has to be there. Now what happens if someone becomes Guru without Srila Prabhupada's order, like the 11 people who were elevated by the GBCs to become Guru in 1978, or for that matter, all of ISKCON's current Gurus who are given or who are indicated to be given an NOC to become Guru by the GBC? Let us hear from Srila Prabhupada in the same conversation. So continuing in the conversation, Tamal Krishna Goswami said, the process of purification must be there. He was responding to Prabhupada's statements. Prabhupada, oh yes, must be there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants that. Amar Ajnai Guru Haya. You become Guru. And Prabhupada laughs. But be qualified. Little thing, strictly follower. And Tamal Krishna responded, not rubber stamp. And Prabhupada confirmed, then you will not be effective. You can cheat, but it will not be effective. Just see our Gaudiya Matha. Everyone wanted to become Guru, and a small temple and Guru. What kind of Guru? no publication, no preaching, simply bring some food stuff. My Guru Maharaj used to say, joint mess, a place for eating and sleeping. Kavaya, davaya, adda khana, joint mess, he said this. So you see, in this conversation, we can see Srila Prabhupada says that rubber stamping a person as Guru won't be effective. Now, if we analyze what is the GBC doing today in giving NOCs to people to become Gurus in ISKCON, they are simply rubber stamping them with an NOC. There is no order from Srila Prabhupada, neither for any of his disciples to become Gurus, nor is there an order from Srila Prabhupada for the GBC to give NOCs to become Gurus. Neither order exists. In 1980, Tamal Krishna Goswami did confess about this. He said in Topanga Canyon, actually, Prabhupada never appointed any Gurus. He did not appoint 11 Gurus. He appointed 11 Ritviks. He never appointed them Gurus. Myself and the other GBC have done the greatest disservice to this movement the last 3 years because we interpreted the appointment of Ritviks as the appointment of Gurus. And you hear what Hansaduta Prabhu had to say about this.
The last order of the doctor, the last prescription given by the doctor to the patient is the one to be followed. Or the last order of the commander in the military is the one to be followed. So everybody will quote Prabhupada's books that he wants everyone to be a guru, and it's very simple. You just repeat, so forth. Yes, that's true. But it's the last directive of the spiritual master which is the one to be followed. Not simply quote from the general text, but the last personal prescription supersedes all the other prescriptions. Prabhupada gave a prescription for what's to be done when he leaves this planet, which is to act as the Ritvik representative of the acharya.
So this is what ISKCON's own Guru had to say, both Tamal Krishna Goswami and Hansaduta Prabhu. So it is a well documented and accepted fact that Srila Prabhupada never appointed or ordered any of his disciples to become Gurus. It is also a fact that the current crop of Diksha Gurus in ISKCON are only rubber stamped with an NOC by the GBC. And it is also a fact that Srila Prabhupada did not order or authorize the GBC to give NOCs to devotees to act as Diksha Gurus. In conclusion, the fact that Srila Prabhupada did not order or quote unquote give, as per Amoghleela Prabhu's words, anyone to be Diksha Gurus in ISKCON is not a measure of the potency of Srila Prabhupada. It is a matter of qualification and receiving the order from one spiritual master. So, let us not try to obfuscate the matter with such specious arguments, and instead accept Srila Prabhupada's order in his July 9, 1977 directive to conduct initiations in ISKCON by Ritviks. Srila Prabhupada, in fact, is so potent an acharya that he continues to deliver thousands of conditioned souls and takes them back to Godhead through the Ritvik system of diksha. Srila Prabhupada is so potent that he doesn't need to quote unquote give diksha gurus to ISKCON India. He is mightily potent enough to carry out the same task through the Ritvik system. That is the immense potency of Srila Prabhupada, a truly powerful acharya who can give diksha through the Ritvik system. Now that is called potency. Hare Krishna. Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.